I'm with Zane Marsh. He's the founder and director of GrowTech, turnkey operators that help establish orchards, kiwi fruit orchards, originally in the Bay of Plenty, but extending business quite far beyond the Bay of Plenty these days, Zane, isn't it? Into South Auckland and even Waikato. It's an interesting one, isn't it, Zane? When we think about Waikato, we think more cows and kiwi fruit, don't we? But
Definitely.
you've found in the last few years, you've got considerable interest even from dairy farmers interested in looking at converting into kiwi fruit?
Yeah, for sure. So we were Bay of Plenty and Waikato sort of at the same time.
Yeah.
Within the first 6 months, we realised that there was not many people servicing the Waikato.
Yeah.
So we quickly shifted to here. I moved here and started servicing the growers that were already here.
Yeah.
A big client of ours was Mark Gardner, Whitehall Fruit Packers.
Yep.
So he got us going for like the first year. He just gave us job after job.
Yeah.
And that's how we started with like 2 or 3 up to 4 guys.
Yeah. Yeah. And has it been a case of farmers coming to you wanting to convert like just maybe 1-2 paddocks into kiwi fruit, or?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've had 3 dairy farmers and a couple people that run stocks, about 5 all up, that have come along, and they were just getting us to do the protection stuff. That was before we done turnkey orchards. So they had got EastPack predominantly to help them get the orchard up and that, and we'd come in and do the wind protection. Yeah. But the dairy farmers they haven't fully converted, obviously, but that have diversified and done a bit of kiwi fruit, they're loving it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What is there anything in particular about the Waikato that lends itself well to conversion to kiwi fruit? It's not the most obvious place you might think to put kiwi fruit in, but
so I think it's more just diversifying for the people that are already here that have land dairy farming. So, and then a very big attraction for people coming from like the Bay of Plenty is that there's a lot more land. It's nice and flat. There's plenty of water, and it is a lot cheaper too.
Yeah, you're looking at quite considerable differences in per hectare values, aren't you? I think?
Definitely. Probably half the cost.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it gives you the ability to get your orchard right up to spec right from the start. I imagine, doesn't it, in terms of shelter
and just nice flat land as opposed to big rolling hills. Don't need any contouring most of the time, and the water take's very important.
Yeah, sure. And that water take is for irrigation or frost protection?
Irrigation and frost protection, but it's much harder to get your frost protection ones. You need to store so much and be taking so much. Yeah. So and in the Waikato, you need to be frost protecting.
Yeah, definitely.
We get the gnarly frost here.
Are you finding, in terms of Waikato, are there some parts of it that lend itself better to kiwi fruit than others? I mean, how far south can you go in the Waikato? There's no particular reason.
It's gone as far south as Otahonga.
Right.
And then now it's going all the way up as far as Huntly as well. Yeah. But predominantly a lot of it is Cambridge and a little bit in Te
Yeah, right. Yeah. It comes at an interesting time, doesn't it? Because if you're dairy farming, you are quite limited in terms of your ability to expand your dairy farm because of nitrogen limits under the Waikato plan. So I guess kiwi fruit's a good alternative land use option to bring in extra income.
Definitely. Yeah. And then it is a diversification too. If one's up, one might be down, all the rest
True.
of it, you know.
Yeah, and we've certainly had a bit of that in the last few years, haven't we? Yeah,
for sure.
Thanks, Zane. Good talking.
All good.
Yeah, good to see you.